Hi, this is Pim from Smart Diabetics Academy. I named today's video How I Reversed My Diabetes because I wanted to share some snippets of an interview that I did with Jim about 6 months ago. In this video, I'm going to give you the highlights of our interview to show you what's possible following a diet plan, even if you know next to nothing about nutrition, and how quickly some of these changes occurred. So let's get to it. I wanted to have Jim on today to tell his story because he has pretty much reversed his diabetes in less than a year. And Jim was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in August 2019 when his A1C was 8.5 and his blood lipids and blood pressure weren't actually looking that great. And in May of this year, his A1C was down to a whopping 5, which is pretty good. It's probably better than most people who are not diagnosed with diabetes have. So he's also come off several of his medications, and I will let Jim talk about it himself, but a lot of other things has also magically disappeared over this year. So welcome to the show, Jim.
Hi, thank you. 2018, I started having lots of small problems, but I knew something was wrong. Like I had reoccurring gout in a toe, and I had many skin tags. I've since found out that skin tags, especially in your armpits, are a sign of diabetes. I did not know that. I had like 20 of them appear overnight in one armpit. Actually, the day after I was diagnosed diabetic, I started low carb. And after 3 months, I went back in for another A1C check. My A1C had gone from 8.5 to 5.8.
That's
and
amazing.
My doctor said, he goes, "You've lost like 25 pounds and you've lowered your A1C down to a pre-diabetic range." He said, "Well, what are you doing?" And I said, "I'm not following your advice at all. I'm doing carb." And then 6 months later, when I went back and my A1C was 5.0, we spent almost the whole checkup discussing my diet. At first, I tried to count macros and keep my carbs quite low. And eventually, I discovered that if I just eat protein, I don't have to count. And counting seems to be a big pain for me. So
Yeah.
I really stick mainly to just eating protein. And maybe once a day I'll have some sort of a vegetable that's low carb, but that's not every day. You know, another interesting thing that I can't explain is all kinds of food myths and guides that I was taught as a child. I'm 57. Everything I knew about eating seems to have been wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I was always told not to put salt on anything because Americans get too much salt. It will raise your blood pressure.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. My blood pressure was sky high. I went almost complete carnivore. And now I salt my food a lot because if I don't, I get leg cramps from lack of salt.
Hmm.
And my blood pressure is great now. My doctor's amazed at that too. It's like, well, I can't explain it. I just know it's working for me. So, my mother always told me eating too much protein would make me get overweight, and now I eat protein and I'm losing weight.
So what's happened with all of that? The skin tags disappeared?
Yes, the skin tags. It took a few months for those to go away, but I was surprised. The bruise on my shin was gone within weeks of me starting low carb. It was gone very
How long
quickly.
had you had that bruise for?
About 9 months.
That's not normal.
No, and my doctor had done an X-ray, an MRI, and an ultrasound on it, and everything was normal. And so he gave up trying to figure out what was wrong. I started low carb, and 2 months later, it was completely gone.
And the gout? Non-existent?
No, it went away very quickly as well.
I just wanted to share this with you because what Jim has done is not something that is unique to Jim. Anyone can do this with the right changes to their diet. And the more changes you make, the quicker it's gonna go. But even going slow is better than not going at all. So I hope that this has given you some hope for the future and inspiration to continue your journey even if you aren't perfect all of the time. And if you like this video and you want to see more of this kind of material, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell to be notified the next time I'm uploading a new video, because I have a bunch of videos coming up on how to reverse your diabetes. And in the next video I'm actually going to talk about, I'm going to share my top 3 tips for how you can reverse your diabetes fast. So I will see you in the next video.